What is up, everybody? This is Omegabalmung here with, of course, another look at a new figure. Actually, it just came out. Was it a few days ago? I think Sunday or something like that. So, of course, it has to ship to me. So it took about 4 to 5 days, as usual. But this one is pretty cool. This is Zatanna from the DC Comics, and of course, this is a Kotobukiya Bishoujo line of the figures. Of course, I'm a big fan of Zatanna, and you know, it was pretty cool that they put her out for this, because most of her figures that that I've seen has been a little bit rough around the edges, mostly the ones from DC Comics themselves. The 1/6 scale ones look a little bit rough, but like I said, I'm super excited about this. Pretty cool stuff here. If you've seen, a lot of people have seen, or have said a lot of, bad things about her face, which I can admit was pretty weird, but from what I've seen from her face, at least from here, it looks a little bit better. People were saying it looks like a Gerber baby face. And if you guys don't know what the Gerber baby is, it's you'll find out. Google it or something like that. You'll find out what it is. But from what I've seen from the box here, or at least from where the window is from this box here, I've seen some. It looks to me to look a lot better than it is. So pretty awesome stuff. But let's get started with the unboxing here. I'm gonna take this tape off. Forgot my little cutting tool that I usually use. But pretty cool stuff. Like I said, these are all, I think, 1/8 scale or 1/7 scale. So they're roughly around about 9 inches to 9.5 tall. You might have a few who are 8'5", but other than that, they're usually around the 9 inches and up size. So they're pretty big size. As you can see from the other ones here, I really don't know if I have any more spot for it. So I'm gonna have to make some spots for it. But like I said, pretty cool stuff. Just give you guys a look around the box here. Nothing too much. A lot of it is just simple. Pretty much, if you've seen a lot of my Kotobukiya Bishoujo statue line of videos, they're usually the same. They have, of course, a window in the front, a look at the artwork, and then just a little bit of the statue or the figure in the back. So we're going to open this up. Pretty simple there. Just open from the back here. Pull it out like that. Box on the floor. Of course, there is some tape here. I might actually have to get my cutter out if I could find it, or I could find something different that I can use. I might just have to use this. There we go. Okay. Cut around the edges here. Where's the other tape that usually is? Oh, it's on the side. Usually they tape them on the sides like this. One of them is, but the other one is like on the edge of the side right there. So it was a little bit weird to cut into. But usually just needs to cut one side, because I kind of want that to stick together. So it makes it a little bit easier for you to kind of pull things apart when you're not pull things, but when you're putting things back together. Okay, cool. So a little bit different from a lot of the other. There's a few of the Kotobukiya stuff that it comes together. Some of them come separately, and then you have to peg them into the base. But it looks like this one is all together, so that's probably why it was pretty tough to get out from the box here. But looks like that. Let's take off her plastic. She has plastic around her hat there. Ooh, this one has to. Oh, yeah, there we go. Just a wrap around her leg there. Why do you guys do this to me? Can you take her off? No. Doesn't look like it. So she does have plastic here, but I'll take it off in a bit. So a little bit different there. I don't like when they like totally wrap it around their body parts. It's just just a pain in the butt to really take off. So I'll take that off later, but when I do the close-up of the figure, so. And there's one more little part here. It's actually her little magic wand that she uses. I'll get that out there real quick there. Throw all this together. Boom! All around. And of course she also has some plastic around her base, which she can take off. Just like that. And you guys will look at that. Like I said, I think her face has changed a bit. Just a slight bit. It's not as bunched up together as it was. It was kind of like all bunched together like this, so it looked like it was all squished together, and it just looked kind of funny. But in this, at least from what I'm looking at, it looks a little bit, her facial features looks a little bit more stretched out, so it's not all bunched together. But like I said, wand, I think it goes in her hand like this, or it goes this. Well, you can kind of push it this way. Boop. And there you go. So pretty simple. Like I said, it's always it's appreciated that they come like this, where you don't have to put them together with some minor little parts and things like that. Pretty cool stuff. Like I said, it's about 9'5", maybe 9 inches tall. Of course, comes with one accessory. The base is pretty simplistic. It just has a Z on it, and it's a gold base there. Like I said, I always like to see them with better, better bases, but as long as you keep it a certain length and a certain width for the base, it makes it easier to stack up in your spaces like that. So pretty cool stuff. But let's take a look at the figure. Okay, so here is the statue. Of course, it's pretty cool stuff. Like I said, I think the face is a little bit different. So just taking a closer look at it. If you've seen prototype pictures of it, like I said, it looked like a Gerber. People said it looked like a Gerber baby, but from what I've seen from now, it looks a little bit different. So that's the coolest part of it. Of course, she comes with a little hat there, which is already on her, so you can't really take it off. And then, of course, her little magic wand there. I wish that what they would have done is put like a little bunny in her hat there. It would have been awesome, but either way, it's pretty cool stuff. So if you guys don't know who Zatanna is, she's from, of course, the DC Comics. Her powers are pretty weird because she enchants them backwards, and then it does it. So it's like a magic user, but the only way to use powers is she says that power backwards. And then, of course, the only stopper is to literally, put tape over her mouth or something to stop her from speaking. So that is her power. But pretty cool stuff there. I'm going to take a quick look around there. Other than that, I think her hair looks freaking awesome. We don't have a lot of characters with black hair, at least from Wonder Woman and Jury, or at least the ones I have. And of course, Psylocke, but her hair is a little bit different. But I do like the fact that it's not that clear color when it reaches the tip of her hair there. I like that it's all just full black. I like it like that better. A lot of the Bishoujou lines come with where the hair kind of just fades on in the back and becomes a lighter color, almost like a crystal clear color. So I like that they kept it just fully black, or fully just that color. I like that so much better. So if they could do more of that, I would totally take that. But just a little bit back, look back here. Of course, her cloak is kind of flowing this way. Her little jacket there. There's really nothing bad I can say about her, other than I wish it had a little rabbit in her hat. But and maybe a better base. Like I said, the base is pretty simple. Just a little gold color with the Z on top of there, and that's pretty much it. Oh, her leggings are actually pretty cool. They're a different type of material, almost like cloth-like, so I didn't even notice that. That's pretty awesome. So that's a plus for me. But like I said, there's pretty much nothing else I can really talk about. I mean, the figure just looks freaking awesome, and I wish we could have more. Hopefully we do have more, and I've seen some of the newer ones, so I'm super excited about that. But we need more from DC Comics and things like that. So and Marvel, of course, we're getting a lot from Marvel, but I want to see more from DC and maybe maybe they could do some like Red Sonja or other ones from like Dynamite or IDW and things like that. So that would have been awesome if they could get something like that going too. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video here, and I'll see everybody next time for some statue and figure unboxing.